to today's tutorial on how to use Link. So I'm gonna create a private tab or an incognito tab in Chrome so that we can do every step from the get-go. So whatever browser you use, this is a web application, it will be compatible with that. So I'm just gonna create a private tab here real quick. Alright, so let me just drag it and drop so that you can see my screen. Okay. All right. So now we have the private tab. So to navigate to the website, it's Luther link dash Heroku, Luther link dash react.herokuapp.com. So we have our site hosted on Heroku at the moment. So yeah, once we have a proper domain name, we can change that and make it more easier to follow and navigate. But for now, this is the URL that you can use to navigate. As long as you have an internet connection, you can use the app. It's already deployed, and yeah. All right. So what happens is that when you land on the website, the first thing you're greeted with is a home page. As you can see, we have like some cookie cutter boiler template events that we've been creating as we are like doing presentations for our senior project. So what we have right now, we have like six events. As you can see, this is how the events will look when you land on the page. Depending on whether you're using it on your phone or using an iPad or computer, that might be slightly different, but the general idea is the same. So our site has a home page, as you can see, and then an about section. So this tells you a bit about what the application is about, as well as links to us as the developers of the application, so that you can check out further GitHub projects that we might have going on. So that will be beneficial, so that you can also see the code behind it if you ever want to contribute to it as a developer, which would be nice. And then you have a profile page. So this is one. So you can see right now it's not clicking because it's inaccessible because we haven't logged in. And once we log in, I'm going to show you how a profile page would typically look like. And then we have the login section. So this is where you log in with your email address and your password. And then you can see we also have like a forgot password link. So it's pretty straightforward. If you already have an account with us but you've forgotten your password, you can just click the link and then type in your email address, and then your email, you receive a typical password reset email telling you to click the link to pick in your password, just like any other website would do for you. And then we also have, you don't have an account, so if you don't have an account at all, you can click here to sign up, and then you can see copyright with a link 2001. All right, and then we also have a dark mode. So dark mode essentially just changes the theme to a darker tone so that you can use it in at night so that you can protect your eyes. So we are thinking how to make it as economic as possible. All right, so let me disable dark mode so that we can have a clearer and more plain view of the application. So essentially, the first thing that I want to discuss with you is logging in. So logging in, let's start with assuming that you don't have an account. So I don't have an account, so I sign up. So first name, I'll call myself Tim, and then my last name would be Dubois. Dubois, okay. And then email address. This is where I use my email address. So that will be. All right, so I'm probably gonna fast forward through all these steps, just so that yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna create myself a password. Don't worry about it. Okay, and now we've created the password, and then you can see you can also choose preferences. So this is the kind of stuff you want to see on your feed. So this is so that you can go to the events that you actually are going to go to. So and give those events priority on your homepage view. So you can click is it a workshop training events that you're looking for? You're looking for virtual events due to COVID and all. Are you using for student sponsored event? Are you looking for a streamed event, a public event, performing arts, etc, etc? So I'm just gonna pick general. You can add more preferences if you want, so there's no limitation. And then you click sign up. So you can see I have to make it yeah, so yeah. All right, so it doesn't allow obviously camel cased names. So we'll just click sign up, and then yeah, and then you sign up, and then you have current events, and then this is where you can toggle your preferences. So you can see when I have preferences toggled, there's no event. So the events that I've looked at, meaning I only want to see my preferences, there's no event with those particular preferences. So obviously as people add in more events and then can pick what preferences the event should appear through, then you'll see those events as like your preferred event, so to speak. But then if we toggle back to the home page, we can see, okay, we have all current events. So for now we have this 6 events just to show you and demonstrate how our typical website looks like. All right, so now let's talk about the home page. So what's important to notice here on the homepage is, okay, we have an event. So this might look different depending on whether you're an iPad or you're using your mobile phone. So usually on a mobile phone, it usually looks like a typical Instagram post. So they're like stacked in a row, and on an iPad, still the same 3 by whatever length it is. Um, so yeah, and then obviously size depending on the size of your browser screen. All right, so now we can start here by seeing, oh, this is an event. So you can see the name of the event, and then you can choose whether you can see the details of the event, and then you can also choose to learn more about the event. So when you learn more about the event, so you can see there are various passages. Also, this is just like a copy pasted information, so this is where you learn more, and you can see, you can read out what's happening and stuff like that, who's coming, etc. And then you can see the event start time and end time. And then we also have a feature for you to add it to a calendar. So depending on what your calendar application is, so if you use you have an iPhone or like an iPad, you can use Apple Calendar so that it can be added to your Apple Calendar. But if you use Google Chrome, so you can just click this so that it adds the link directly to your Google Chrome. So, and then if you use Outlook, etc., etc. So you can just do that there. So it's pretty straightforward. For example, if I add this to Google, obviously I'll have to like sign into my email and then add it to my Google Calendar. So that should be pretty much straightforward. All right. So yeah, that's basically how an event will look like, and then each event has a specific image that you can choose from. So now let's look at creating an event. So you can see here we have like a profile, and then you see my preferences, etc. So yeah, so this is who I am, and then you can always update your preferences, and then yeah, add them to your yeah, and then that's all you'll be able to see as a user. And then yeah, and then you can always toggle back to dark mode, and you should be fine with everything. All right, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial so far, just to give you an overview of the application for like developers and administrators on how to actually create events that show up here in the homepage, and add details and pick different images and etc. Those are in the developer and administrators as well as user documentations. So this is just a brief overview of how our application would look like. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any feedback, just give us a comment, and we can always be ready to update it once it's available and running to the public. All right. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.